There's a scripture in the Bible that says the fearful will not enter. There has to be something that inside that's willing to reach beyond the fear, to be scared and still persist. Have you ever been at a point in experience where there was so much suffering to where you were just tired? Just tired of holding on, tired of worrying about it, tired of, and you just said, that's enough. I'm just letting go. And at that very moment, the decision to let go, just to give up, not worry about it anymore, not continue mulling over it, perseverating over it over and over. To just decide to take your hands off of it and let it be as it be. That is the persistence that's needed in order to find the Bible refers to as the kingdom of heaven, or home. That place where the peace surpasses all understanding. There has to be something, excuse me, that's willing to go beyond, even if there's fear. Fear that I may lose myself. Because the mind will try to throw everything at you. You know, you're going to lose yourself. Just give you all kinds of obstacles why you shouldn't pursue or persist. The fear of the unknown. Something inside, I can remember when I just got tired of all of the suffering, all of the worry, the confusion, the chaos. I was just like, let it burn. At one point I was just, let's let it burn. I'm persistent. I'm going to be persistent about this path, about knowing me, unveiling all that's not me, not being ruled by ego, letting go of ego, you know. Just going to be persistent, and whatever I find on the other side, that's what I find. Because I was sincere, I was eager, I really wanted to connect with home. I wanted to get back to the source. It really hadn't left me, but just recognize myself again. And so it didn't matter. I was willing to do, you know, at that time, ego perspective, whatever. Willing to do whatever, you know. And then once to even know, because sometimes the mind will tell you that's just some baloney. That's not real. That's a trap. That's the biggest thing. It's a trap. Try to make you do all this stuff, and then, you know, something will get you. Something's going to overtake you, you know, as if you're just going to just lose yourself. And, you know, we were taught that demons, demonic, is just going to cover you up, and it'll be too late. By then, it'll be too late. That's another lie the mind was saying. And I decided, you know what, I've been living this long with the mind. And really, it was unsuccessful up until that point of really satisfying home, or the sense of peace, the sense of comfort, You know, I would have moments of joy. That's when, you know, quiet. But it was not consistent. It was changing. The mind kept me in a state of constant change. It was up, down, crying, you know, mad. I was probably, yeah, it was severe. It could have been clinical. I don't know. Because I remember even growing up thinking, wow, why is it so many extremes? It goes from all in a day. Could be so happy, and then, you know, a thought would come by and it just plummeted me down. And then sometimes it was energy that was just so hurt. It's full of hurt is all I can say. Full of pain, you know, like as if my heart was mourning. Longing for better days. That's one of the poems that I wrote. I have a book of poetry, but it was written pretty much in pain, pretty much in the egoic nature. But you know, there was other poems that, you know, what I would do, and I can remember it was always like I connected to my heart when I wrote. It just wrote from that place, that quiet place, you know. Creativity came through my true being. Now that, you know, I realize myself, I realized that was the core of where that expression came from. So, you know, there's poems that are, you know, I've written. I was like, wow, you know, I didn't realize that then, but that was the heart speaking. And so, yeah, there has to be persistence. There has to be an understanding that, you know, your heart has a way of showing you that this isn't, you know, hoax or something that's unreal. Sometimes it's in the form of bliss, but some people get attached to bliss. Am I bliss? Am I emotion? Am I a sensation? It's like they think that the bliss is their home because it feels so wonderful. It's more like an experience. But are we an experience? Are we the witness of all the experience? Were we there before the experience? Once the experience leave, will we still be here? Or did we go away when the bliss went away? Some people, that's what they do. And, you know, I found myself doing that initially. You know, when the bliss leave, trying to hurt to get it back. Because it's just such a wonderful, you know, feeling to be in bliss. But that is, you know, still not me. And it's still a desire. And it's still an attachment. When we're attaching even to the sensation of bliss. So we have to know that everything's all right. Is it still okay when the bliss is gone? It has to be. Is there a need? Does your true self need bliss? So that's another thing. We're not emotion. We're not bliss. You know, even though there's sometimes a feeling of so much joy, you know, which is our true nature. Our true nature is joy. It's really not a feeling. Love is really not a feeling. It's our nature. Shows up as a feeling because, you know, there's times when, like, even when we're not aware of ourselves and there's a desire, and then that desire, maybe we wanted a new car, we got that new car and it was fulfilled, then we rest back within ourselves. So it showed a feeling of love, you know, that overwhelms, you know, and we mix it up with, oh, that's another sensation, love. But really, that's your true nature. It's just you resting back in that, because once it's fulfilled, that desire is fulfilled, then you kind of rest back, and then you desire something else. It's always, in the egoic nature, it's always a reaching for what's outside of ourselves. And so, that's when we confuse the love, you know, with really our true nature. But our true nature is love. It's really not an emotion. Peace, all of that. And it doesn't have to appear as bliss. Bliss is good. Bliss is there for a reason. Initially, bliss is there to let you know that this is real. You know, this is true nature. Is not a figment of your imagination or something someone made up to believe, or a trap to get you to let go of the control and the protection, like we have to be protected. It's nothing to protect. It's nothing to protect. But the mind will tell you it is. You need to protect yourself from these energies. What energies are we talking about? Because all is the one, you know, and nothing can overcome love. Nothing. A belief that you're overtaken can put a veil up and allow your world to look like it's overcome, but that takes you to reel you in. So that's pretty much what came up. Has to be a persistence to even be willing to overcome or persist in the face of fears and doubts and any small disbeliefs. Because initially that's how it shows up, you know. I mean, we're in the world of, you know, the egoic nature initially, conditioning. So, you know, still have the old habits, falling back, the confusion, the chaos. It's hard to decipher through the minutia initially, till there's a habit of recognizing home. Initially it's the recognition, and it falls away, recognition falls away, but the recognition stays a little bit longer each time, and more so of the recognition starts to hold on longer than the falling away. Then more so you're on the fall of being home longer. Not, you know, just being in home longer than being in the chaos of the mind. So, but initially it's just back and forth. But more, and then as you go along, then it's more forth. You know, maybe a little back. Then it just stays after a while. Then you'll see, like, and then every so often a happening to happen, and no, but you recognize that it might be something that comes up that brings you, you know, might be a slight, you know, gaze. I mean, that's how it is. You know, there'll be times still when you 100% sure of who you are. You don't forget. The forgetting stops, you know, but you'll still have times where things come up that may have you, you know, anger may show up, emotions may show up, but it doesn't, you're not overtaken in the storyline, you know, or anything of that nature. Or you may have a show of anger, but it doesn't actually resonate within your being, you know. It's just a show of anger, but you don't actually have the emotion within yourself. Then there's times it may be, but you don't lose home. You don't feel guilty, you know, because you're still acting in your love, you know, nature. And you know, you haven't really, there's no belief, no story behind it. And so you don't mull over it or anything. It's not like, you know, you're telling yourself, oh, I'm a failure because, you know, something got to me or whatever of that. That's not there. You realize that's just another story. So you're not attached to anything, you know. So yeah, doesn't hold you. And the other one, I had to think about what the other thought was. I'm not bliss. Yeah, am I bliss? I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to name this video, but it'll be up. You'll know it by now, for for sure if you're watching this. So those are the two things that I wanted that came up. Be persistent and am I bliss? Even be persistent even beyond fear. And then am I bliss? One of those would be the title of this video. So I've also been doing something else that I think I will insert, but I've been calling them, what I call it, recognitions, moments of recognition, or something diaries. Contemplation diaries? I don't know. I wrote it down. Oh my goodness. I don't remember the name. I'll put it up on the screen because by then I'll look at it. But yeah, these are little, like when something comes to me, a lot of times I'm in contemplations of the heart, you know, and I don't catch it on camera because I might be driving. I might be just jumping out of the shower like the one I'm going to put up. Or I'm doing things throughout the day. I said I'm going to turn on the camera and get it right there because by the time I get in front of the camera, it's something else coming up. I've missed all that. That didn't get, be presented. And I think some of those are profound and that may help, you all, those that have the heart pull. But it's to share. This isn't mine. This isn't yours. This is everyone, knowing is for all. And so when I'm in the moment, I want to present, go ahead and give it. And so not wait till the camera's up because then that's gone. That moment's over. And so I thought those would be fun. And it's almost like a vlog style and it brings you in more. And I think that'll be beneficial. And it is fun also. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be adding those to my contemplation series. And I don't know if I will call them something diaries. Maybe I should wait instead of put them in these kind of videos, but compile just those videos themselves, with just all of those. I forgot what I thought I'd do these little quick logins or whatever, because sometimes things come up and I want to go ahead and record it right away. But I just got off of work and I got out the shower, of course. That's why I'm all oily. And the mind wants to take you through the day. It wants to, and I'm like, no, I had to stop right there, It's like, no, there's no need to assess the day, have judgment over the day. Because even in that little moment of looking back, I guess, or looking at the past, there was something that came up, a feeling of, that wasn't good because it's saying, oh, nope, you're in the present. We're here, So even that little subtle thing is like the mind wants to, be the judger of the day. Let's judge the day, see whether we had a good day or a bad day. No, that's not needed. We're here now and it's feeling, now is wonderful. It's beautiful right now. So there's no need for me to go back and caress what, the happenings and judge it whether, oh, that was a good day or a bad day. But anyway, I want to say that I'm going to continue getting dressed and getting something to eat, and then I'll go pick up the baby. But I'm going to just keep doing this. I think it's good when I can, be in the moment when things come up. It's better to be that way, and then maybe it can help someone that know that, this is the activity of the source, creator, whatever you want to say, however you want to call it. But this is the activity. And these are natural things, nothing to beat yourself up about or find yourself, in the story. But these are just acknowledgments that you can, that may help. That sometimes these subtle things will come up and it seems like you're accosted. All of a sudden you're looking over your day and then all of a sudden you have a feeling or a judgment about it. These are normal things not to be, let it cause suffering or as if guilt or as if you were let down, but just an acknowledgement, that it's there, that's it. And that's all it needs in order to resume in the moment. But as you can see, this in here, it has one of those old light bulbs. And for some reason, every time I enter this room, it blinks on. It goes louder and then softer. So that's what you're seeing in the background. Anyway, I'll come back. I'll be back. Diaries are moments of realization, whatever. Just maybe I make a whole video of just the times where those come up, or I'll just add them to the end of these. I don't know. Anyway, I'll think about that, how to arrange that. But anyway, thank you for sharing this moment with me. Remember that you are beautiful and I love you.